Immigration is at the center of the debate in virtually all developed economies nowadays. So we want to investigate what are the impacts of immigration on housing market outcomes. And more specifically, we look into an important event in U.S. history, the U.S. 1930s Mexican repatriation, which is a large-scale negative shock to immigration in the U.S. Historians estimate that between 500,000 and 2 million people left the country because of this repatriation, this event. One of the main challenges in this literature is to disentangle the economic conditions from the migration flows themselves, right? If you want to find out the effects of immigration on the local economies, you need to have a pretty clear event, or ideally you would have a clear or a strong event that separate these things out, because otherwise you don't know if the migrants are going to a location because it is prospering more, or it's vice versa, it's the other thing, right, around. So we look into the Mexican repatriation because it offers us a large-scale event, and it solves this issue, at least partially, because it was culturally and racially motivated and not only economically motivated. The results show that cities that were more affected by the repatriation, they had lower growth rates in terms of the number of building permits, the value of building permits, and the median house values. So to put into context, using the example of El Paso, what we find is that El Paso, if you look at the median house value, just take the median house value between the 1930s and 40s, what the actual growth rate was minus 0.4%, right? If you discount for the Mexican repatriation, which using the effects that we find, sort of a thought experiment, we find that almost half of that growth, of the negative effect, would just vanish. So in summary, would be that the Mexican repatriation make it worse and just increased this shrinkage of cities.